Hello student, welcome to digital classes. This video is for class 7. The subject is science and this is the chapter number 9, soil. Basically this is the second part of the chapter number 9. In the previous video I explained you about the formation of soil, role of water in the soil formation, role of plant roots in soil formation, role of temperature variation in soil formation, role of chemical weathering in soil formation, or what is weathering basically. Soil teeming with life. Soil profile, there is three type of soil profile: A horizon, B horizon and C horizon. In the second part of this chapter, means the chapter number 9, and this is the second video for the chapter number 9, I'm going to tell you about the type of soils like sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil, and the content, the particle size, appearance and feel, like clay particle, slit particle, sand particle, and then comparison of sandy, clay and loamy soil with the help of a table that is given in our book on page number 133. Before starting the second part, I'm just give a small recap about the formation of soil. Millions of years ago, the surface of earth was very hard and rocky. Volcanic eruptions brought molten rocks from inside the earth to the surface. The hot lava flowed and cooled to form igneous rocks. As the time passed, these rocks were broken into smaller pieces by violent earthquakes. Over thousands of years, these smaller pieces of rocks change into soil under the combination effect of water, wind, root of plant and mechanical collisions, etc. The process of breaking down of bigger rocks into smaller pieces by the action of natural forces such as water, air, plant root, mechanical collision, etc. is called weathering. Weathering of rocks is a very slow process. It takes hundreds of years to produce a few centimeters of soil. We know that soil is a mixture of minerals, organic matter, gases, liquid, and countless organisms that together support life on earth. Soil is a natural body called the pedosphere, which has four important functions. It is a medium for the plant growth. It is a mean of water storage, supplies and purification. It is a modifier of the earth's atmosphere. It is a habitat of organism, all of which in turn modify the soil also. Soil is called the skin of the earth and interface with its lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. The term pedolith, used commonly to refer the soil, literally translates level stone. Soil consists of a solid phase of mineral and organic matter as well as a porous phase that holds gases and water. Accordingly, soils are often treated as a three state system of solid, liquid and gases. Now, types of soil. Soil is another important abiotic component of our environment. The word soil is derived from the word Solomon, means earthy material. Soil is the uppermost layer of the earth crust. What we see is the surface of the soil. The top layer of the soil acts as a medium of growth of plants. Topsoil mainly consists of three kinds of rock particles. These particles differ in size, appearance and feel. First is clay particle. Clay particles are the smallest in size, less than 0.005 mm, means 5000th mm. Clay is smooth to touch. Now the second particle is slit. Particles are slightly bigger than the clay particles. The split particles are of a size from 0.005, means 5000th mm, to 500th mm, means 0.05. Sand particles are larger than the slit particles. These can be easily seen with our unaided eye. Sand particles are rough to touch. The sand particles are of the size from 0.05 mm to 2.0 mm. In addition to these three particles, the topsoil may also contain small stones called gravel. Gravel particles are large and can be picked up by hand. The topsoil in any geographical area may contain one or more kind of particles. The texture of the soil depends upon the relative proportion of the particles of different sizes. Depending upon the relative proportion of the rock's particle and the texture, soil are classified into three main types: sandy soil, clayey soil, loamy soil, and one gravel soil. This gravel soil is not included in our book. I just take an extra thing about the soil, that is gravel soil. Now the first is clay soil. The soil mostly contain clay particles and a small quantity of humus and slit. Clay particles being very small get closely packed, so clay soil is compact and can hold water. Clay soil cannot trap air, so there is very little air in the clay soil. Clay soil contain many minerals which make it suitable for the growth of plants. The clay soil is heavier because it can hold water. In other words, clay soil is made of a relatively higher proportion of fine particles. Unlike sandy soil, these soils have very less space between particles. Because the particles are smaller in size, water can be trapped in the tiny gaps between them. Clay soil are heavy and hold more water. That is very good for the plant while growing. As it is rich in organic matter like humus, it is good for many plants such as paddy, which required a lot of water while growing. Clay is also used for making toys, pots, and many other things, or it can be used for many other purposes also. Now, loamy soil. Loamy soil contains clay, slit, sand, and humus in the right proportion. Loamy soil has good water holding capacity. Loamy soil is reasonably porous to allow aeration of roots. That is why loamy soil is best suited for growing plants. Loamy soil is ideal for growing crops like wheat, sugarcane, cotton, jute, pulses, and oilseed. Vegetables are also grown well in this type of soil. In other words, loamy soil is a mixture of sand, soil, and slit. Slit particles are present between sand and soil particles. It also contains humus and is therefore considered the best for the growth of plants. the proclination rate is between that of sandy soil and clay soil. In our area is a loamy soil that is good to grow wheat, oil seeds, pulses, etc. Now the sandy soil. This soil contains a large amount of sand particle and very small amount of slate and clay particle. Sandy soil is found in deserts. Sandy soil cannot hold much water. Sandy soil is not suitable for agriculture. The sand particles in sandy soil are quite large. Since large particles cannot pack themselves closely, there are large number of gap means the empty space between them. Such gaps or empty space are filled with air, so we can call sandy soil as well aerated soil. Because of these empty space, water can drain through such soil. Therefore, sandy soil is lighter, well aerated and dry. As we know that sandy soil is not good for plants, however, watermelons and coconut grow in sandy soil. If water is available for irrigation, then crops such as maize, millet, barley can be grown in desert soil also. And we know that the cactus is also grown here. Now, in other words, sandy soil is made of greater proportion of big particles like sand. They cannot fit closely together, so there are large space between them. These soils are filled with air, therefore in this type of soil water absorption is very high as the water passes quickly through these spaces. This soil are light, well aerated and dry. That is why sandy soil is also known as aerated soil. One more important fact about soil is it depend upon their chemical nature. The soils are also classified as acidic, alkaline or natural. Most fertile farmlands are consist of neutral soil. If the soil is acidic, then first we make the soil neutral, then we are able to grow plant. In same, if the soil is alkaline, then we have to add acid to neutralize it to make it for the growth of plants, because plants are mostly grown in natural or neutral soil. Gravel soil. Firstly, three different fine earths from clay, slit loam and sandy loam. Soil texture classes were mixed with staggered proportion of a quartz gravel, the shape of which was sub-rounded to rounded. Average weight diameter is 6 mm. Soil is also classified on the color basis. One is the red soil. The red soil of the soil is due to the presence of iron oxide. It appears yellow when it contains less iron or more water. Red soil contains a mixture of clay and sand, and it is not fertile. However, the soil can be fertile by adding manures and fertilizers. You can see the red soil is look like this. Suitable crops. It is suitable for growing groundnut, pulses, millets, cotton and tobaccos. Now the second is black soil. Black soil is also known as black lava soil. This soil black in color. It is formed from lava rock and is rich in clay. So it is very fertile for growing crops. You can see the color of soil in this picture also. Suitable crops. It is ideal for growing crops such as cotton, sugarcane, tobacco, wheat, millet, and oil seeds. Now let us compare the sandy, clay, and loamy soil by their properties. Main component: sandy soil, sand particle; clay soil, clay particle; loamy soil, sand, clay, and slit. Second, the average particle size. Sandy soil, this is 0.05 mm to 2.0 mm. Clay soil, less than 0.005 mm. Loamy soil, between 0.005 mm and 0.05 mm. Empty space or gap between the particles. In sandy soil, there is a large gap. In clay soil, there is a very small gap. In loamy soil, it is adequate, means sufficient. Now the fourth property is air spaces, trapped air. Sandy soil, large, well aerated. Clay soil, very small. Loamy soil, adequate, means sufficient. Now the fifth, water holding capacity. In sandy soil, it is very little. In clay soil, it's large. And in loamy soil, is moderate. So, loamy soil is good for growing crops. Now, before the humus, I just small recap about a horizon. The uppermost layer of the soil is called a horizon. It is usually dark in color and contain very fine particles of rocks. It is rich in humus, which makes the soil fertile. Plants get the essential nutrient from this layer. The soil is in this layer is soft, porous, and can hold more water. This layer is also known as topsoil. The topsoil provide home for many living organisms such as worms, rodents, beetles, and moles. So we know that the humus is present in this layer. Humus, the term was coined in 1790 or 80. Latin. In Latin, this is earth or ground. Dark brown or black organic substance made up of decayed plant or animal organic matter that provide nutrients for plant and increase ability of soil to retain water, means the water holding capacity can be increased with the help of humus. In soil science, humus refers to any organic matter that has reached a point of stability where it will break down no further and might it continues, do not change, remain as it is for centuries. Humus significantly improves the structure of soil and contributes to moisture and nutrients retentions. In agriculture, humus is sometimes also used to describe mature compost or natural compost extract from a forest or other spontaneous sources for use to emmed soil. It is also used to describe a top soil horizon that contain organic matters. Humus also control the color of the soil. Higher the humus content, darker in the soil color. I hope everyone would understand what I taught in this video. If there is any confusion, doubt, you can ask within a class. This chapter is not included in our half yearly exam. Our syllabus for the half yearly exam is 1 to 8 if half yearly exam held. It may be the half yearly exam in the month of September. So you all start studying chapter 1 to 8 for your half yearly exam. it must be informed within a group before starting the half yearly exam.